What's poppin', people, and welcome to the Crypto Corner. I'm Robert. And before we get into the video, let me encourage you, beg you, and bribe you if I have to smash that notification bell and subscribe. Now, on to the video. What's poppin', people, and welcome back to the Crypto Corner. I am your host, Robert. Listen, just want to give you guys a couple of articles today. And this one, the first one is about a man looking for his lost Bitcoin. That's right. He has a hardware wallet and he's lost 7,500 Bitcoin. And he wants to go search the trash heap to find it. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we do, this video is brought to you by the like button. So if you enjoy the Super Bowl, but you watch it, if you use the device to locate objects in the dark, hit the like button. And if you believe you bought way too many streaming services, hit button. Not hitting the like button has side effects, and they may include itchy, watery eyes, dry mouth, mucus buildup, an itchy, dandruff scalp, eczema, and ashy knees. Now, with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into the article here where we have a British man who has been trying to convince the local council to let him search the rubbish dump for a hard disk drive in his Bitcoin of about 7,500. And we look at it today, in today's prices, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 million that he does not have, right? So he is petitioning the council over across the pond to let him look at it, look for it and excavate it, I should say. And but he's saying that it's going to be, you know, it's a delicate process, and he's did all the research and do a proper search, right? He said this will be a proper search, not just somebody going in with a bucket and a spade, multiple conveyor belts, X-ray scanning devices, AI scanning device that would be trained to recognize items that are a similar size and density to the hard drive, right? So he really, really wants to do that. And he also narrowed it down, right? They were talking about not doing the entire dump area, but he said he narrowed it down to 200 square meters and about 15 feet deep. And so he wants to go ahead and look at it and through that. So his name is Howell, actually, and it says the council was quoted, however, as repeating the same line it has given on the matter since the outset. And with the spokeswoman, she's basically saying that the cost of digging up the landfills, storing and treating the waste could run into millions of pounds, and without any guarantee either finding it or still being in order. So he doesn't even, they are saying, look, we don't know if we're going to find it, and two, it's going to cost a lot, and who's going to pay for it? So they're just telling them how it is, right? And then she even says on a number of occasions that, you know, that excavation is not possible under their licensing permit, and excavation itself would have a huge environmental impact on the surrounding area. So they have a lot of things that they think about. So they can't just say, oh yeah, just go on, do what you got to do. You have to think of a couple of things. But on his side, I mean, that's a lot of money. That is life-changing, generational type money, $240 million. He even offered to give them some of the money, right, to the charities or whatever. He just said, look, you know, I just want to find my, right? So it says right there, the man said the scanning device will cost $188,000, while the excavator tool to clear up any pollution would incur costs of about $138,000. In either case, hiring stories like these might become stay, according to the rest of the article, right? So he's just basically saying, hey, look, let me get my money. Let me get my money. I'll give you some. I'll break you off something. You know, he said other companies that are behind him, as long as they get the lion's share of, you know, the fine and stuff like that. But there's two ways you can look at it. On the one hand, he could cause some environmental concerns, and then there's a whole lot of money that would be involved. And what if you don't find anything? Now, on the other hand, if you're him, you're like, look, I don't care what it takes. I would love to find my $250 million, okay? $250 million. You're talking about some life-changing money. So I see, but how do you see it? On what side of the fence do you fall on when it comes to that? Next story is going to be about Cardano and their 5-year plan to target banks and Fortune 500 companies. So let's go ahead and look into this a little bit. It says the CEO of Cardano Foundation, okay, Gregard, I should say, says onboarding mainstream financial institutions and large corporations is part of a 5-year growth strategy, largest blockchain project by market. One of the things that they actually want to do and plan to do. That's part of the plan here. And let's look at some of these quotes here. He said, when we look into 2022, it's not only important, it is vital for our ecosystem, which is built around the native currency of ADA as a utility token. This allows you to operate on our blockchain wherever you, if you are building a business model, or if you are capturing business value from optimizing business procedures, or if you are building a security token or an NFT, or you are a fisherman in West Africa, you are building an identity. Whatever happens, how you integrate with us always comes over to ADA. Therefore, onboarding 50 banks become very important for us. It should be in a way that if you have a lot of ADA, you can always get into the local currency. And you can always get from a local fiat currency into ADA, and over time into whatever other token you might use Cardano blockchain. The Cardano Foundation CEO says onboarding banks will expose the legacy financial institutions to the benefits of blockchain technology. Another quote here, he says, the other part about focusing on banks will allow downstream push one of the most regulated industries and also one of these that is most ripe for change to basically get their eyes open for what they can do long-term using smart contracts and other features on the Cardano protocol. So I agree that these legacy institutions really do need to get with the program. They're going to need to get with the program because crypto is the voice of the people. This is what people want. This is what they're putting their confidence in. And we also see a lot of institutional investors and a lot of big whales coming into the space. This is what the people want, okay? This is a hot asset class. And they are definitely, I mean, they're getting a lot of companies on board with this whole idea. This is a new space. It's an exciting space. And also we got to understand that Cardano is what I think is like even past Ethereum when it comes to staking. It's like the most staked. 70% of Cardano is ADA is staked. It's staked. People are holding it. They're buying and they're holding. It is probably one of those. Man, it is really becoming one of the big three. It's really becoming the Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Cardano, right? It's really becoming that people left and right because they see the vision and the roadmap of what Cardano is trying to do. Although in their time, and you got to be super patient if you're looking at Cardano because it's supposed to be an upgrade, you know, than Ethereum, supposed to be a better version of Ethereum. So let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. What are your thoughts on that? I'd like to hear your thoughts. This is the end of the video, and this has been your crypto commentary. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. What's poppin'? Welcome back to the Crypto Corner. Just want to give you guys a couple of articles today. And this one, the first one is about a man looking for his lost Bitcoin. That's right. He has a hardware wallet and he's lost 7,500 Bitcoin and he wants to go trash heap to find it. We're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we do, this video is by the like. Enjoy the Super Bowl, but you watch it just for the commercials. Hit the like button. If you think your shin is a device to objects in the dark, and if you believe you bought way too many streaming services, hit the like button.